India's biggest and most valuable company, Reliance, the group, is announcing its earnings today, and first of the lot is the Telecom wing of the Reliance Group, Reliance Jio Infocomm. Reliance Jio Infocomm's profits are up by 12% to over 4,800 crore rupees, isn't it, Suyash?
Yes, so Reliance Jio Infocomm declared their profits first. They were the first in line, and the profits are up 12%, and they are marginally lower than the street's expectation of about a 14 to 15% jump in net profits. Now, the telecom operators' net profit was the slowest, and even the revenue growth was the slowest since last 6 quarters, because it was hit by higher expenses and lack of tariff hikes during the past quarter. Now, the profit came in at 4,863 crore compared to 4,335 crore in the previous year's quarter.
All right. All right, hold on. Let's break those numbers down, Suyash. We have Mr. Kranthi Bathiniof, Director, Equity Strategy, WealthMills Securities Private Limited, joining us live on this broadcast. Mr. Kranthi Bathiniof, thank you so much for taking time out to be with us. Talk to us. These numbers have come in marginally below the profit figure, specifically speaking, has come in below street estimates. What's your take on it?
Yeah, Krishna, thanks for inviting me on your show. Yeah, numbers seems to be below the expectation, but it's a biggest conglomerate, and the penetration is taking place. So if we drill down the numbers seems to be below the expectations, but what we can see is the rural penetration that is extremely important. That's where Reliance is focusing on right now, and they have been increasing the capex to improve the numbers. So we can see the numbers in the coming quarters for the further improvement with respect to the Jio numbers. As it's clearly mentioned, they have not made any tariff hikes during the quarter. That might have impacted some kind of margins, but it is just gazing on one quarter is a complete small analysis right now. So we need to see the greater numbers for Reliance Jio is concerned, and also they have been increasing their penetration towards the broadband network and reaching out MSME network also. So these are the two things the company is more focused right now. So it will take time for the numbers to reflect and numbers to increase. Most probably, we can expect the better numbers.
At this stage, the only thing I want to ask you is this: there is a clear strategy. Jio is a major player in the 5G business. Even as it is looking to bring a huge section of India, which is still reeling under 2G telecom services, into 4G with the launch of that Bharat V2 4G phone. Talk to us in that sense. Going forward for Reliance Jio, both bringing these 2G people into 4G, at the same time it's simultaneously focusing on the 5G strategy as well, is going to be the way forward.
Yeah, absolutely, Krishna. What you mentioned is absolutely correct. That's the way forward. And it will take a couple of quarters time for the penetration. And we can expect the penetration further strengthening further, because in certain segments like Geo Fiber and all, okay, it's more dominated by the unorganized market in most of the states. So the penetration will take for the transformation from unorganized to organized. Once that is through, we can see a complete turnaround in the numbers going ahead.
Right. The only thing left to discuss at this stage is the Reliance Jio stock per se. Suyash, talk to us. How is the stock doing, and what is the way forward for it?
So since July 8, Reliance has been on an upward path. It has risen by about 8% compared to Nifty's 2% rally. Right. Even today's correction came after Macquarie downgraded the stock on expectation that the Jio Financial Services, which got a value of 261.85 rupees a share, is a little much. So all along, Reliance has been, over the past couple of weeks, it has been participating in the rally. But my question to Kranthi is that Reliance has, over the past couple of years, struggled to, break that from the resistance levels of 2,800. So is the demerger will provide that impetus for the stock to finally, break past those levels?
Right. And also, talk to us about the listing per se at such a premium, a huge premium over what was expected of Jio Financial Services.
Yeah, definitely. One thing when we discuss about analyze Reliance Industries, we need to take into cognizance of the market capitalization. It is the company with a 18 lakhs crores market capitalization. So just 10% rally on Reliance Industries, it gives the 180,000 crores market capitalization. So every move is extremely important when we take the performance of Reliance Industries. Of course, the stock was spending in a long-term consolidation phase. If we have to gauge Reliance Industries on a longer-term perspective, the stock is one of the outperformer when compared with the Nifty performance. And the kind of market capitalization it is, it takes some breath. It spends some time with respect to the consolidation and patterns of the company is concerned. And company right now, they have made a long capex plan, so it will take the revenues to reflect as again the company went into a capex plan right now. They have been investing in gigafactory and many other alternative fuels, but the green energy they are focusing on. So these are all segments which needs a lot of capex in the initial phase. So once the capex cycle get over, we can see the much more action with Reliance Industries as a whole. Coming to the Jio Financial Services, yes, of course, the price discovery is way above the expectation. Everybody given a target range of 150 to 170, but it's way above from the analyst fraternity consensus. So the point I want to tell you, my friends, Reliance has a tendency to surprise the market, surprise the street. So we need to take into cognizance always. Last quarter also, Reliance, the street have a very low expectation, but the Reliance have a tendency to surprise the street. So let's wait for the results outcome so we can discuss the facts and figures.
Right? You never know what happens when the final tally comes as far as Reliance's earnings is concerned. Thank you so much, Kranthi Bathini, for taking time out to be with us. And with that, we wrap up our coverage of Reliance Jio Infocomm's results, which have been released, which have come in a little lower than street expectations, yet 12% up as far as profits are concerned.